Well, straight white guys, we've had it. We already get the hate element used against us when we say something others don't like, whereas we get no additional protection. And now Priti Patel is set to tell police to treat violence against women as seriously as terrorism, and made a national priority in a complete knee-jerk reaction to the mess that the police force is in. Yes, this I tell you is because of the amount of women being abused by police, but instead of being honest and making the plan to weed out these cretinous fuckknuckles in the police force, it's been made out that it's us who are the problem. It's said that Patel's plan will aim to improve the record low conviction rate for rape amid scathing criticism of police and criminal prosecutors, meaning that police will now have targets and have incentives to find people guilty. Senior police officers were said to have slammed Patel last week, bet she enjoyed that, for rejecting attempts to make misogyny a recognised hate crime. Oh, I've just realised I've just been misogynistic. Like racism and homophobia. But the fact she wants it to be as prioritised as terrorism means that it's going to be far worse than a hurty word crime. She is now expected to add violence against women and girls to the list of national priorities for police alongside terrorism, serious and organised crime and child sexual abuse, with chief constables being required to allocate more resources to tackling the issue. Pretty Useless said the safety of women and girls is an absolute priority, and I do not accept that violence against them is inevitable. That is why last year I commissioned an inspection into the police's response. I am pleased to be accepting its major recommendation to make tackling violence against women and girls a strategic policing requirement, meaning this will now be a national priority. Listen, Patel, it's not an inspection into the police's response you want to commission, you utter twant. It's an inspection into every single police officer in every single police force. The new crime bill is set to be voted on today in the Commons, but I bet not a single member of the public has been asked their views on this. No. Instead, the people that we vote to represent us, as always, go behind our backs and vote on what they want rather than asking us what we want and then forwarding that to the Commons. Now, please, don't get me wrong. I know rapes happen. Horrific crime. Absolutely horrific. And other crimes against women, such as domestic violence, just as it happens to men. And although the figures reveal that there were 63,136 alleged rape offences in the year to September, with just 1.3% resulting in prosecutions, surely this is not about being harder on male members of the public, but rather this should be about the investigations. After all, if the evidence is there, then they should be charged. You can't simply make it harder for people to prove their innocence when there is no evidence to support a crime. Victims Commissioner Dame Vera Baird said the charging rates were so low they were barely discernible, and accused Max Hill, the head of the Crown Prosecution Service, of overseeing the most catastrophic period in the Crown prosecution history. Well, that's debatable. Now, guys, this worries me. Although feminists across the country will be loving it, this worries me because, as I've said, this gives police new targets to achieve, and when the police have targets to hit, innocent people are at the shitty end of the stick. I want to see less attacks on everyone, male and female. I want to see sick perverts and rapists dealt with properly, through impartiality and independent investigation of all the evidence to be found guilty. Not because there are targets to hit and you've made it difficult for them to prove their innocence. This change to make protecting women as serious as preventing terrorism simply destroys even more the concept that we are all equal under the law. And I'm not just saying this because I'm part of the only group who've got no extra rights or protection, straight white males. I'm saying this because I believe that everyone is equal. Male, female, gay, straight, black, white, Christian, Catholic. And it shouldn't be down to us, to anyone, to prove their innocence. Rather, it should be down to the police and judicial system to accept every allegation as a potential criminal offence, investigate it impartially and thoroughly, find the evidence that proves someone is guilty, charge them and convict them, regardless to whether that shows that the rates are low. Maybe that just shows that lots of people are making false allegations. Not just against rape, mind you, against all allegations. This is, I believe, that although I've already said these crimes should be dealt with properly, which is a police issue, it is another very dangerous tool that police will use, and women, who simply want revenge on people, just like we see with other hate crimes. Obviously, discussion around these sensitive issues is important, and I would love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Big thank you to channel supporters, especially these folks. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.